Hello and welcome. This was actually Rohan's idea that why don't we do a kind of a ready explainer for the sports bill. Now that the bill has been passed in the Lok Sabha, it is essential to try and explain in layman's terms because it's a complex bill. There are many parts to the bill, but what I will focus on in this particular video are 3 points which everyone needs to know as far as the sports bill is concerned, and you will understand why the sports bill is necessary. So the first point, for me, what is the most important part of the sports bill? Why the sports bill, according to me, is an urgent necessity, is because of the sports tribunal. Now, when I say sports tribunal, what do I mean? If you go and check today, take the BCCI. The BCCI, every case, where has it ended? It has ended in the Supreme Court. Take the Supreme Court, how many times has the cases been deferred? Many times. Take the football case. Today, we don't know if there will be an ISL. Clubs have decided to suspend operations, stop salaries, do all that. So today you don't know what is the future of Indian football. It is kind of dark, grim. Why? Because the matter has been pending in the Supreme Court. The case today, IFF is not empowered to take certain calls. The matter is in the apex court of the country. And cricket and football you still talk about. So okay, there is a case and it's in the Supreme Court. Every other sport, all the 30 plus other sports in the country, if you go and check, there are hundreds of cases which are in different courts of the country, be it a high court, be it a local court, be it a Supreme Court. Now it is only natural. Look, India's judicial system is overburdened. Today, the Supreme Court has way too many cases in front of it, and it's the apex court of the land which adjudicates on the most important matters. Similarly, for high courts, it's the apex court of a particular state. It adjudicates on most important matters. Not necessarily is the sports matter the most important matter. It is not. When there is a case on, a very important matter, a scam, a parliamentary issue, a terrorism issue, something like that, obviously that's far more significant. Division bench, whatever it is. So when you say sport, automatically in the pecking order, now for you and me, ISL might be significant, but for the Supreme Court, it cannot be. It will never be. Because of this, and for several other reasons, sport will never be hierarchically in the higher pecking order in an apex court. That's where the sports tribunal becomes a necessity, because the sports tribunal will be a dedicated sports adjudicatory body. So you have a problem, you go to the sports tribunal. You don't go to the court again. Don't go to the high court, lower court, appellate court, Supreme Court. No, go to the sports tribunal, specialized court for disbursement of sports cases. So all these cases that we are seeing now at several stages of adjudication, they will all get resolved much faster. We absolutely need that. Had there been a sports tribunal today, the ISL case would have been disposed of in a month. We would have had a decision either way. The IFF would have known what it needs to do. Somebody would have known what it needs to do, and we would have had an ISL. Today, we don't have that because the matter is pending and we don't know what kind of a resolution will happen. So that's why the sports tribunal has never been more important than at this point in time in India. Number two, this age cap of 70. Take BCCI again. According to Lodha, it is 70. Now, here in the sports bill, what is it being said? It is being said that it will be 70, 75, depending on the international federation. Now, in this case, the International Federation for Cricket, which is the ICC, now the ICC doesn't specify an age. It doesn't say 70, it doesn't say 75. So will you go with Lodha? Will you make it 75? Now that is where the matter is. So if you make it 75, somebody like a Roger Binney, suppose the bill is passed before the BCCI AGM, suppose it becomes an act. Suppose, hypothetically, had it become an act before the BCCI AGM, Roger would have been, and the age raised to 75, Roger would have been eligible for one more term. If it doesn't get passed before this doesn't become law, unless and until it becomes a law, Roger at this point in time has to give up. He has to step down because he's 70. So the 70, 75 age cap will define administrative careers in many ways. And obviously the tenure bit part. I mean, how long can you stay? That's a significant one. The cooling off, the whole idea of cooling off and all of this will change fundamentally the moment the sports bill becomes an act. Point number three. This BCCI will originally, it was said that the BCCI will come under the RTI, and now it is being said that except the BCCI, all the other federations, because BCCI doesn't derive government funding or doesn't depend on government funding. Having said that, the BCCI will still come under the tribunal. So the cases will still go to the tribunal. Cricket cases will still go to the tribunal, and RTI, the BCCI will not have to face the RTI issue because they don't get government. I think it's fair. BCCI in that sense retains its autonomy. The BCCI in that sense retains its independence in a sense that it doesn't depend on government funding, while all the other sports bodies do. So in that case, it has been given a bit of a special status. But the legal part will also come under the sports tribunal. There are many other complex parts of the sports bill, and one can go back and explain all of that to you. But fundamentally, these are the 3 points that I thought will give you a ready kind of explainer as to what the key parts of the sports bill is about. If you want to know more, write to us and comment on this video, and we are more than happy to come and give you further explanations and give you nuances and details of the sports bill. Subscribe to the platform. Thank you very much for watching, and keep watching our coverage for more.